I bet you didn't know the full extent of the dollar's dominance in the global economy. For decades, the United States dollar has stood as the dominant force in the global economy. As the world's primary reserve currency, the dollar has underpinned international trade, investment, and financial transactions. This dominance has afforded the United States significant advantages, including lower borrowing costs and the ability to exert influence on the world stage. The stability and reliability of the dollar have made it the preferred currency for central banks, businesses, and individuals worldwide. This reliance on the dollar has created a system where the United States enjoys a privileged position. I'm sure you've heard the news. The global financial crisis of 2008 exposed vulnerabilities in the dollar-dominated system, prompting some nations to rethink their reliance on the U.S. currency. The unprecedented actions taken by the Federal Reserve to stabilize the financial system, including quantitative easing, raised concerns about inflation and the long-term value of the dollar. Simultaneously, the rise of China as an economic powerhouse has emboldened calls for a more diversified global reserve currency system. China's growing economic clout, coupled with its efforts to internationalize its currency, the yuan, has led some to speculate about a potential shift in the global financial order. Furthermore, geopolitical tensions and the increasing use of sanctions by the United States have accelerated the push for de-dollarization. Countries facing sanctions or seeking to reduce their exposure to U.S. influence have sought alternative payment systems and reserve currencies to mitigate risks and enhance their economic sovereignty. Am I the only one that didn't know the BRICS nations are challenging the U.S. dollar's dominance? The BRICS nations, with their vast populations, abundant resources, and growing economic might, are at the forefront of this movement to reshape the global financial system. These countries are actively pursuing strategies to reduce their dependence on the U.S. dollar and promote the use of their own currencies in international trade and investment. One key aspect of this strategy is the establishment of alternative payment systems that bypass the traditional SWIFT network, which is heavily influenced by the United States. The BRICS have made significant strides in developing their own cross-border payment systems, such as Russia's SPFS and China's CIPS, to facilitate trade and financial transactions among themselves and with other willing partners. I bet you didn't know the potential consequences of a shift away from the US dollar as the primary global reserve currency are far-reaching. A decline in the dollar's dominance could reduce US economic and geopolitical influence. One significant risk is a decrease in demand for U.S. Treasury securities. This could lead to higher interest rates and increased borrowing costs. A ripple effect could slow economic growth, impacting businesses and consumers. A weaker dollar could erode purchasing power, making imports more expensive. The U.S. has long benefited from the dollar's strength, but a decline could lead to higher prices. A shift away from the dollar could undermine U.S. sanctions. Alternative payment systems could blunt the impact of U.S. sanctions, reducing its global influence. The U.S. Treasury faces a delicate balancing act in the global financial landscape. Maintaining the dollar's dominance provides significant economic and geopolitical advantages. Yet the Treasury must consider other nations' concerns and the risks of a dollar-centric system. Ensuring the dollar's stability requires fiscal discipline and economic growth. Failure to address these issues could erode confidence in the dollar. The Treasury must engage with other nations to make the financial system more inclusive. This includes supporting alternative payment systems and reserve currencies. Strengthening the U.S. economy ensures the dollar remains strong and stable. The emergence of a multipolar world presents both challenges and opportunities for the global economy. A shift away from the dollar could lead to greater volatility but also foster balance and innovation. A diversified system could reduce the risk of systemic shocks from any one country. Multiple currencies could provide a buffer against economic crises and financial instability. Emerging economies could play a greater role in global financial governance. Why are there not more people talking about the rise of the Chinese yuan? At the heart of the move towards a more multipolar currency system is the rise of the Chinese yuan. China aims to reduce its reliance on the US dollar and establish the yuan as a major global reserve currency. China's efforts to internationalize the yuan have gained momentum in recent years. These include establishing currency swap agreements with other countries. China and Brazil forging a new path. China and Brazil announced a landmark agreement to settle trade in their own currencies, the yuan and the real. This move aims to reduce reliance on the US dollar and reshape trade flows. Finalized during President Lula's visit to China, the agreement seeks to streamline transactions and cut costs. By bypassing the dollar, companies can save on conversion fees and reduce exposure to dollar fluctuations. This is significant given the substantial trade volume between China and Brazil. China has been Brazil's largest trading partner for over a decade. The agreement is expected to boost trade and strengthen economic ties. It signals a shift towards a multipolar world, reducing reliance on the US dollar. Beyond SWIFT building a parallel financial universe, Russia and Iran are integrating their banking systems to bypass SWIFT, creating a parallel financial universe. This system features alternative payment methods and local currency settlements, reducing US influence. Russia's SPFS and China's CIPs are key players in this shift. SPFS and CIPs offer alternatives to SWIFT, facilitating international transactions. The rise of these systems is eroding SWIFT's dominance. This shift reflects changing global power dynamics and a move towards financial autonomy. This is going to blow your mind. The African lion awakens South Africa's de-dollarization drive. South Africa, the continent's most industrialized economy, is on a path towards de-dollarization. The country aims to reduce its reliance on the US dollar and promote alternative currencies in trade. This move helps mitigate exposure to dollar fluctuations, impacting imports, exports, and inflation. South Africa is exploring alternative payment systems and reserve currencies for greater financial autonomy. In 2023, South Africa began settling some imports from China in yuan, reducing dollar reliance. This strengthens economic ties with China and aligns with South-South cooperation. De-dollarization enhances financial sovereignty and resilience, shaping South Africa's economic future. De-dollarization efforts by BRICS nations and other emerging economies are shifting global financial dynamics. The US dollar's dominance is being challenged, raising questions about the future of the international monetary system. Increasing use of local currencies and alternative payment systems are eroding the dollar's dominance. Economic pragmatism and geopolitical considerations drive this trend. China's rise in yuan internationalization are key drivers. Concerns over US sanctions fuel the push for alternative systems. The de-dollarization movement reflects changing global power dynamics. Connecting the dots of de-dollarization reveals a complex web of economic strategies and geopolitical maneuvers. As more countries seek financial independence from the dollar, the global monetary landscape is set for a transformation. This interconnected shift signifies not just a change in currency preferences, but a profound rethinking of how global trade and finance operate. The path forward is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the era of unquestioned dollar supremacy is being re-evaluated. As we connect the dots of de-dollarization, an emerging trend catches our attention: digital currencies. These new financial instruments are playing a pivotal role in reshaping global finance. Central banks worldwide are exploring or already implementing digital currencies, offering a new layer of financial autonomy. Digital currencies can bypass traditional banking systems, reducing transaction costs and increasing the speed of cross-border payments. They also offer greater security and transparency thanks to blockchain technology. This makes them an attractive option for countries looking to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. China's digital yuan is a notable example, gaining traction both domestically and internationally. It provides a glimpse into how digital currencies can be integrated into everyday transactions, potentially altering the global economic landscape. However, the rise of digital currencies is not without challenges. Issues like cybersecurity, regulatory frameworks, and technological infrastructure need to be addressed to ensure their successful adoption. Moreover, the competition among digital currencies could lead to a fragmented financial ecosystem if not carefully managed. In this evolving scenario, digital currencies could either complement or complicate the de-dollarization process. Their role in shaping a new economic order remains a topic of intense debate and scrutiny. As the world transitions to a multipolar financial system, regional alliances are taking on a more crucial role. Organizations like the European Union, ASEAN, and the African Union are not just political entities but also economic powerhouses that are shaping global trade dynamics. By pooling resources and aligning policies, these alliances are creating new opportunities for economic growth and stability within their regions. For instance, the European Union's single market has facilitated seamless trade among member states, while ASEAN's economic community aims to integrate Southeast Asia's diverse economies. These regional blocs are not just challenging the dominance of the US dollar, but also fostering a more balanced and resilient global financial landscape. However, the success of these alliances will depend on their ability to navigate complex geopolitical realities and maintain cohesion among diverse member states. As we move towards a more interconnected world, the role of regional alliances will be pivotal in shaping the future of global finance. What's something people don't know about the shift towards a multipolar financial system? The challenges posed by de-dollarization and the emergence of a multipolar financial system are not insurmountable. They call for a renewed commitment to international cooperation and dialogue, one that recognizes the interconnectedness of the global economy and the need for collective action to address common challenges. By working together, nations can harness the opportunities presented by this transition, fostering a more inclusive, resilient, and prosperous global financial system that benefits all countries, regardless of their size or stage of development. This new era of global cooperation should prioritize the development of a more equitable and representative system of global financial governance, one that gives a greater voice to emerging economies and reflects the shifting balance of power in the world. The path forward lies in embracing change, fostering dialogue, and working collaboratively to build a more inclusive and prosperous future for all.